Mad family and friends, George Samios here for the May RBA update, and I have a big agenda to get through. Unfortunately, the cash rate up 0.25%. Now, I'm not going to just talk about that. I will talk about how that impacts you, but the second thing I want to talk about is the first home buyer scheme has had a huge makeover, and from July 1 is big difference. Bit of a taste. You don't have to be a first home buyer to get the first home buyer scheme. I'll cover the details shortly. Bank updates. Guys, yes, rates have gone up, but fixed rates are dropping. More about that shortly. Property update. Have we hit the bottom? I've done some research in preparation for this video, and I have got national data and I got MAD data, and I really want to show you what I think's happened, which is a direct impact to that rate increase. And then I want to finish off with some tips for all my customers out there, and even if you aren't my customer, if you're experiencing mortgage stress, some things you can do, take action to help you out with these rising rates. Now, first things first, let's talk about that first home buyer grant, okay? So the first home buyer guarantee was a scheme brought out last year which allowed first home buyers to borrow up to 95% and not pay mortgage insurance. The government go guarantor for you. They've made some changes, the biggest being you don't have to be a married or de facto couple anymore. That's crazy. That means you can buy with your mate as long as you still have the the actual things that they want, the hurdles I call them. You must be a resident of Australia. You must be under a certain income threshold. We've done a whole video covering this topic, but the things I want to talk about quickly right now is you don't have to be de facto or married. You can do it with your mate, which is pretty cool. So if you're watching this and you can only afford this much, but with your mate this much, not a bad strategy. Second biggest one is really cool. You don't actually have to be a first home buyer. You just don't have to have bought a property in the last 10 years. So if 15 years ago you owned a property and then you sold it, you got divorced, you had financial issues, but you haven't owned a property for the last 10 years, you can now qualify for this scheme. That's game changer. I really hope that helps some Australians get back into the property market. Gang, what I want to talk now is about the property market, because I reckon this is why the RBA has put the cash rate up. It's been very interesting. We can all agree during COVID the property market went up 30% around Australia. And the last 12 months though, it's gone down 10%, but something has changed in the last couple of months. Have we hit the bottom? As you can see, annual change, Queensland is still down 10%. However, if you look quarterly, we're just up 1%. If you break that down to monthly, it's really happened in May and April. Now, I have got really good MAD data which supports this. Now, I didn't make it all pretty because it doesn't need to be. I just want to tell you the facts, right? Guys, check this out. In October, the percentage of pre-approvals that MAD was doing, now just to put that into context, since January till now, we've done $200 million of loans. In October, only 11% were pre-approvals. The rest were refinances. As you can see, 30% November. Guys, in the month of April, 48% of our business was pre-approvals. These guys are all, despite interest rates going up, have enough confidence to go buy their first house. So I believe you can see from the last 2 months, May and April, that the prices have started going up. Now, we're not breaking records, we're talking 1% here, but it does show that have we hit the bottom? Are we on our way up? You would see here, we're an early indicator, MAD. People come here for a pre-approval first, then they go to the market. So a lot of people look at pre-approvals as key indicators of what's happening in the market. And from what I can see, from 12% of a percentage of business to 48% shows there's a lot of pre-approvals about to enter the market. This is why I believe the RBA put the interest rates up 0.25% to try and calm it down. I also now want to show you what's happening with interest rates. First, let's look at fixed rates. As you can see here, a 2-year fixed rate is hovering around that 5.35% mark. That's now significantly lower than the average variable. The average variable before this rate increase would have been low to mid fives. That's now going to be mid to high fives. If you can get a fixed rate for 5.35%, you're winning. Now, let's have a look what happens when I go for a fixed 4 years. Now, remember guys, this is based on an 800 grand loan at 70% LVR. Everyone's circumstance is different. This is own occupied, principal and interest, but I just want to show you what's happening. 5.34%, 5.35, these are really cheap interest rates. Whereas the variable, like I said now, will be mid to high fives. Now, should you fix the whole lot to watch out for these rising interest rates? Look, there are options to split loans. You might just ride the storm out. Everyone's situation is different. So I want to finish off with my last segue. Everyone who's watching this, please, if you're experiencing any financial hardship or mortgage stress, call us. We are a free service. You may be our customer already. There are a lot of things people are doing, changing to interest only, maybe extending your loan term, maybe refinancing and cashing out. There's quite a few different strategies we can do to help with these rising interest rates. And even though we're with you for the good time, helping you buy your first house, helping you buy an investment, please call us for the hard times. We will answer our phone and we'll help you guys out. Thank you all so much for watching the May RBA update. I hope you got something from it. Remember, I'm here every month, so I'll see you next month in June.